Welcome back to another video in our Sacramento City Miners Relocation Fantasy Draft franchise. We're about to be playing the Pro Bowl. I'm just kidding. We're not going to be doing that. But I actually might go in and sim it just to see who wins and what kind of stats we had. But this, of course, is the offseason. We will be taking a look at the dev-ups we had, going through our re-signings, doing the free agency, and then completing the draft. All that'll be in today's episode. Tomorrow's episode will likely be the preseason. And maybe, hit 500 likes, and we'll for sure do the preseason tomorrow. I've been putting a little bit of, breaks in between videos just to, it's kind of the off-season of Madden. So, throw a couple of breaks in there. But 500 likes, we'll 100% have it. I think that's a lot to ask for. I think 250 likes, 100%. Might still do it anyways, but I'd appreciate it. Maybe subscribe if you're new, whatever. But let's go in. We obviously looked at our Pro Bowl roster, the Pro Bowl roster last episode, and I think there was 5 or 6 players in there. It wasn't a crazy, list, so us not actually playing it probably doesn't mean a whole lot anyways, but let's take a look at the numbers, see what, who wins and what's up. Not really liking the NFC's uniforms, to be honest. It's like red versus just white. Why wouldn't it be red versus blue? Isn't that the whole point? Either way, end of the game, 10-minute quarters, probably should have 15, but 10-6, still 10-6, 13-6. Pretty close game so far. 20-6 would be a hell of a boring Super Bowl, to be honest. Usually it's 50 to 40 or something, but 27-20, NFC's not trying to give up, and that looks like it's going to be it. Hopefully there was no injuries. We don't need any of our guys hurt. The AFC does win, so our guys, maybe they get more XP for that. I don't know, but let's take a look at the numbers anyways. Obviously, the backups wouldn't have started, so Deshaun Watson versus Mac Jones, Derrick Henry, Kamara. Did we have our tight end? Did we have anybody? Oh, yeah, Kennedy, 2 for 34. He got some catches. I like that. Probably not the number one. I've already forgotten who is who. O-line, Shirley. I guess I'm just going to look at our side, to be fair. O-line, Shirley, we weren't on the list, right? We didn't have anybody. Defensively, sack totals, John Franklin Myers killed it. That's a guy to go for. Eddie Bishop with 5 tackles, but no interceptions. Any forced fumbles, anything like that? No, sadly, but 5 tackles is 5 tackles. Anyone else? Kazu is obviously not, it's not that, but interception for Tariq Woolen. Kazu, 2 for 3. Got blocked once, but hit all of his extra points, and then punting was that. So maybe we got more XP for, a Pro Bowl well done, if you will. Won the game, and we got some upgrades in general. Maybe not exactly what we're looking for. Trying to get to 90 trucking for House still, aren't we? Yeah, we're still miles away from that and his stiff arm, but let's take a look, see what this does for him. Oh, my God. We will take break tackle, which is 86 now, but, can we get to 90? At all? No? Okay. Really hoping he goes up in dev, though. The Bears versus the Bills. And the winner of that one is not going to be known yet because we have to actually sim it. The winner of that one is a D, Buffalo Bills, by quite a bit. So, division rival Bills have been cooking up, and we know who we're chasing. All right, so I got to say, the names, they're actually pretty good dev-ups. Fisher didn't go up in dev, sadly, but Kennedy did, which I don't know if that's really a massive thing, but we'll take an X Factor anytime we can. I think double me is pretty fair for him. He has proven to be a super jump ball receiver. I don't know what abilities, all these abilities kind of suck, so I guess Matchup Nightmare, he will go up anyways. But X Factor for Kennedy, who won Rookie of the Year, which I would assume means that Snead's going to go up in dev, even though he absolutely doesn't deserve it. But Superstar X Factor there. Does that mean, unless we find a guarantee, that we just don't need Edge? I don't know, but Tony House, we did sell during the regular season for his ability, but he goes to Superstar like we expected. Doubt he would have went to Superstar X Factor, so like I said, it would have helped for the actual playoffs themselves, but then again, you look at these abilities, other than Short Out Elite, which we never throw to the running back. Short Out we do, kind of. It wouldn't have really played much of a factor. But those are the offensive dev-ups, and defensively actually had some themselves. Obviously, Nick Benito, he didn't get his dev up during the season right now, so Star Dev, would have loved to see him get one before then, because he could have been Superstar there. Obviously, Von Snead, we just talked about getting Superstar because of the Rookie of the Year win, which honestly was just lucky, right? He had a lot of coverage sacks more than actual pass rush wins. We also had McCollum, who went up in X Factor, went to X Factor, which is a little bit surprising because this was definitely a down season for him, but hey, we will absolutely take that. And then we had a couple, actually maybe not a couple, but one linebacker upgrade, which was Mr. Channing Tindall, who is now an X Factor. He did have a lot of tackles. I was actually a little surprised myself looking at his tackle numbers because they were kind of crazy. Was it 106? I thought it was like 171. Oh, no, it's Nakobe Dean I'm thinking about. So what the hell? How did Tindall get it? Fumbles, forced, picks, or something like that? But Nakobe Dean, obviously no dev up, but probably should have. 170 tackles, 6 sacks, 4 interceptions, isn't superstar. And I know, with 2 touchdowns, couple forced fumbles, I know if I ask, do you think we should upgrade his dev? Everyone's going to be like, yes, do it now! I agree, but, oh my God, I don't want to just cheat. I don't know. But if we're looking at free agency, we're looking at the draft. Positions to fill would absolutely be linebacker. Safety wouldn't hurt. DT, because Montgomery is not consistent enough and he gets injured a lot. Benito, I really liked the way he played last season, but he was a little inconsistent. He's 25 now already. I'm not going to force my way into an edge rusher, but if there's one in the free agency that I like or in the draft I like, I might go for him. Corner wouldn't hurt because our number 3 cornerback position is iffy, and McKenzie played really bad last season, so it wouldn't hurt to put him at number 3. I know he's developing still, and we have been asking a lot from him, but in general, I don't know if I feel great about him, but right tackle for sure. The rest of the line probably is good. Zion Johnson, I get he didn't necessarily play the best, but statistically, like rating-wise, you're not going to get much better than him, I imagine. So, I mean, what can you really do? Honestly, like I can't really replace him. But Austin Jackson, even though he actually wasn't terrible, probably could use a replacement. He's actually finally decent, but he only gave up 3 sacks. He actually was all right last season, but might be more of us just throwing the ball out of sack and throwing it right as we're getting hit than actual sack numbers because O-line is a problem for us. But yeah, wide receiver. So the main things, to wrap up a long story, wide receiver for sure because I don't like Naylor. I really don't. Sorry, Naylor. Tackle wouldn't hurt. Guard we're thinking about. Everyone else I think is fine. Maybe a running back for some speed perhaps. But we have Evans, so it doesn't really matter. Edge rusher perhaps. DT perhaps. Linebacker for sure. Free safety probably. And cornerback I would say very likely as well. I like Eddie Bishop. I think he's fine. And even though Allen didn't go up in dev, he is pretty good himself. But those are just like kind of odds. You know, I think Naylor, because of his dev, is probably worth like a third-ish, maybe like a third or a fourth. I think this is one where I won't go too hard. But if they're offering me something like a third or a player that's, equal to that, I probably will go for him. But let's go to the re-signings and see if there's anyone that we missed. I don't think there will be, but I am just human after all. Sanders not a bad backup. Enagbari not a bad backup. Cole Turner was pretty good, but 12 mil is way too much. Logan Hall was okay, not worth it. Derek Young, though, that is a guy that'd be pain to lose. But at the same time, these contracts are a little high for my liking for guys that barely come onto the field. Albert O would be a huge loss, but I'm going to let him go because we might be able to do better or just get him back because I don't think his market's going to be huge. We traded 4 Helms, but I don't know. Bo Scarborough, I think it's time to go. Jawan Perkins. We try to offer him something already. 4-year, 5.2. That's a lot of money, or a lot of years, but not a lot of money. So I'm not really hating on that, to be honest. And then James Harris, I think, is just okay speed, but he's pretty mid. So I'll let him go. And then Helms, take a look at those ratings. 26 is pretty old. Good hit power, but man, he is raw. I'm going to let him go. So we're losing a bit of our depth. But overall, we're not really losing anyone too crazy here other than Albert O. Don't get me wrong, like I said, I like Albert O, but I think, if we're going to have to pay him a 3 or 15, I don't think anyone's going to match that anyways. So we might as well let him go to free agency, see if there's a better option. Speaking of better options, what do we got? Nick Bolton could be fun. Josh Sweat. That is interesting because we need a pass rusher bad. They let John Franklin Myers go. Is this oh my lord, Bijan is there? Is this the year we kind of go crazy, though? It might be, because we need pass rush bad, and these teams are kind of just like, hey, you want a pass rusher? We got some pass rushers. Do you really replace Nick Benito? He was the #1 edge rusher, and you obviously can't replace Snead because he's a superstar, and John Franklin Myers would be a sick DT. I would love to grab him. Would this make the team too good? I don't know, but nobody wants these guys, so, we've proven ourselves. this isn't how it started. This isn't the same team it used to be. This team has developed into a household name. Corner wouldn't hurt, but I don't really like any of the names other than, like, well, DJ Turner's pretty good too. But Joey Porter's getting some offers, and that's going to cost a lot. I don't know if that's really, like, a fair guy to go for. Free safety, like we said, we want safety, but I don't know if we're going to find one here that is better than what we got. At least we got youth. Nick Cross isn't actually bad. What's his hit power? 84 hit power. Even as a backup, I like Nick Cross a lot. I've never gotten to use him, so a 3-year 9 is a pretty good contract for both sides here, especially as a backup level. Could find his way into starting snaps, though, in fairness. JT Woods is a little too old for a guy that's still developing, in my opinion. Any other corners, though? DJ Turner, Lenore, Farley. I thought I saw Stokes. Stokes 26. Like, any of these guys, like, corner 2 worthy? Probably not, right? DJ Turner's more of a slot. Caleb Farley is fast as hell, but that injury is a concern. There's a lot of good names here, and you can see why, like, nobody's really getting signed, because there's so many good names. It's like, it actually looks pretty bountiful, so no one's really going out on a limb to sign these guys. Would say Joey Porter would be kind of decent, though. 91 speed isn't elite, but you're basically getting a McKenzie here, so I'd rather get someone. His press is a little bit better than McKenzie, in fairness, but I'd rather get, like, a fast slot guy. Stokes would be cool. DJ Turner, that's a little costly. 25 years old. Caleb Farley's too injury prone. I actually don't even know if we're going to get Josh Sweat even if we want him. A 3-year 66 is not looking very promising. A 3-year 72? That's like the best we can do. Like, that is top tier money. I don't know if he's actually going to take that. Kalijah Cansey is pretty interesting. Kind of like a, dual style. Interior, exterior. O-line, maybe. John Franklin Myers looks like he might actually sign, which would be kind of crazy. I think we could live without an edge rusher or draft another one, because going to superstar for Von Snead is actually pretty massive. Darnell Wright, he's super fun because he's a mauler, but finesse block is a little iffy, which is what you kind of focus on the edge. Interior. Any other guys here? Jedrick Wills, maybe. Once again, another guy that struggles a little bit in the finesse game. Well, maybe not so much in the pass game. He's just a good pass blocker, I suppose. Bad in the run game, though, which we do need. Tucker Kraft would be an interesting backup. Schoonmaker. Okonkwo is pretty good, too. Yeah, this is why I'm not feeling so bad about getting rid of Albert O. You have Okonkwo, who is, in fairness, shorter. He's actually, like, the same. More potential, in fairness, than Albert O. Spec, route running, release. So he is a little bit better. I'd like someone with good route running, medium and short. Brevin Jordan. Davis Allen, not very good. Tucker Kraft, though. Like, why is he here? We basically have, like, 2 dudes. I kind of want to pay him. Like, he's a backup. This is why I wanted to wait, because, Albert O was asking for basically that when you consider the red interests. Not bad. A wide receiver 2 wouldn't hurt. Josh Downs. Kind of going crazy in free agency. I don't know how many of these guys we're going to get, but we could use like a proper slot receiver. I don't know if we're going to find one here, though. They're all kind of either you have to pay a ton of money or they're old. Well, screw it. I think we have our 5 we want on the first eval. How many are gone? Ooh, all but 1. How many do we get? Oh, no Josh Sweat. We got the safety, fair enough. We got the corner, fair enough. But John Franklin Myers is significant, in fairness. Sweat ended up signing a 3-year 62 with the Ravens. That is pretty significant. Added Will McDonald on a 2-year 10, more of a depth piece than an actual starter, but he's okay in case we get some sort of freak injury. We at least have an option with 79 finesse and some speed. Try to get Josh Downs, and he did not want to join. And I worry now about the tight end spot because Tucker Kraft, he just kept kept declining our offers. Of course, we do have Okonkwo still there. I don't know if anyone went for Albert O. They, of course, did not. Was that a superstar? Who the hell is a superstar? Logan Thomas, of course. I really want Tucker Kraft, so, give me my damn Kraft, would you? 3 or 18 is a lot for a backup, but we do throw to the backup quite a bit. Browns, did they get him? And they freaking did, dude. I guess Okonkwo is going to be my guy. It's costly as hell considering we're not even getting who we want. Take it. Oh, it won't let me do it because... Okay, fair enough. We ended up with a new linebacker, trading off Jalen Nailor, a 6th this and a 7th next year for Evans and a 4th this, which is actually a really good trade for us. Not a bad trade for them as Nailor, being their now number 2 wide receiver. Obviously Evans is going to be our new number 1 middle linebacker. He is a little undersized, I will admit, but so much better at moving around. Block shit's a little bit worse than Chanel, but the coverage rating is significantly better. And he is just a guy that's going to be really, really, really hard to throw against. Obviously, like I said, undersized, but that change of direction is filthy. Catching, I wish it was a little bit higher. Jumping, I mean, that's just the way EA's CPUs go, but this guy looks pretty good, and he's definitely going to give Chanel a run for his money at that right outside linebacker spot without a doubt. Still might grab another linebacker in the draft, but we're a little bit more balanced now at that position. I will say, though, obviously, wide receiver is lacking now with Nailor being gone. We need a new number 3, technically, unless we get a really good number 2, and then Dunn goes back to that slot role. But overall, you know, we're not in a bad spot. We just need to get that tight end and maybe one more lineman, and we're pretty set, honestly. Did all right in free agency, especially with the new DT, basically, in John Franklin Myers. He could play edge, but I'm going to play him at DT because we could use the help on the interior. And, he does give us options at edge, I will admit. But overall, he had himself a really good season and did well in the Pro Bowl. And really shocked that he got let go, but their trash is our treasure for sure. And we get a Okonkwo, so now we have our tight end set. I really wanted Tucker Kraft, though. I can't lie. But is there anyone else still here who can try to lowball someone else just so we can have the tight end room set? And to add, we got a 3-year, $9 million Jelani Woods, adding some size to the room now. Here we are entering the draft. We could trade up next year's stuff. I'm not sure we're going to get another season after this season. The Chiefs' first pick overall, interesting enough. So we could trade up, and there might happen. But as far as trading up from 30, probably not going to happen. But maybe a next year pick into this year. That's kind of what we did last year, it seems, because we had no 4th or 5th round draft pick. But we did end up getting a 4th back with that trade of Jalen Nailor, the superstar wide receiver who, he showed a lot of potential at times, and he is a superstar, but, man, he dropped way too many clutch plays for us down the line, and I don't know, it just wasn't happening. 2 really decent wide receivers in the first round, and that is thankfully not one of them. Another one, but that's not one of them either. There's 2 really good ones. There's one that is significantly faster than the other, though, so you would probably want that one. And this is one of the 2 wide receivers, the Panthers. Would we make another play with the Panthers? This wide receiver could be super, super elite, as he is blazing fast. Mr. Travis Jackson even has the name Jackson, which tells you he's going to be fast. But elite speed, elite excel. Change direction isn't great, but agility's great. His vertical's not super, but some pretty decent key ratings, obviously, on the front page. And more importantly, just that blazing speed. Thing is, there's a lot of other guys that are like that. As you can see, these guys pretty much all fast, but are any of them as good as him? Probably not. We also had a 6'4" corner. Ended up being B-man coverage. Very hard to pass on a 6'4" corner, but I don't know. It might be destiny. As once again, we really don't have a lot to work with here. This trade up here alone might be a next year trade. We trade a 4th round pick to get up to this spot, and even that might not be enough, but let's see if it is. Let's go to the Panthers. They don't apparently need a wide receiver because we just traded them one, so at least we're not stealing that player off of them. 98 is not enough. They need a middle linebacker. Do we have anything we can offer them? Left end, right end. Ellis was okay, but I kind of want to keep him, actually. QB, do we have anything for them? Duggan is not really a great option. Left tackle. Any backup lineman? Paul's okay. Chris Paul, I don't know if they would want him, but maybe? Nope. They're no chance. Ingram didn't really play much. Shatley, we lost. I think he just straight up retired. Ingram, I don't even know what his contract is, but they took him. 30, 98 next year, and Ingram for 21. Weakening the offensive line, as we do. Love it. This pick, I think we're going to go with a wide receiver. Get someone blazing. Change this offense and turn it into a god-tier offense. It sucks because there are some pretty good pass rushers here. Jerry Cooks. Didn't see his scouting, but you obviously see great speed, great excel, a finesse, and then I believe Thorne is also a finesse. with 21 years of age, pretty good athleticism as well. It's so hard to pass on these guys. But two things. I have Roberts, who isn't great, obviously, but he's an option. Bayer's also an option, even though he's undersized. But in general, I really need Travis Jackson because, man, there are some really good speeders, though. I really almost talked myself out of Travis Jackson. I'm just going to grab him. That speed is insane. Hidden development trait with 97 speed, 98 excel. I was really about to go away from that because Babineau looked really solid, and so did Thorne, like I said. We could use a pass rusher, but Benito is solid, and we probably will go with a guy like Roberts or Bayer later, but Babineau, I almost just said Babineau is my number 3 because look at the speed. 5'11", 177 with 4.24 40 speed. Elite excel, elite speed, great agility, better vertical and all that, but I took the first rounder, and I mean, it seems like we made the right call. As far as other 2 to 3s, I just don't think, safety's not that big of a need. If I was going to go for a safety, it'd probably be Snow. O-line, I definitely want somebody, at least one. I think Brown is probably that guy. Some really solid running backs, but I just can't make the play there, sadly. Maybe Cumberland because he's an A break tackle, and he's a day 3. But there's a lot of these really talented guys that are probably going to be let go. I think Allen, actually we don't need Allen because we just got John Franklin Myers. That kind of saves us a little bit. I really want Thorne or Jerry Cooks. Do I not just, hopefully one of them just kind of falls a little bit more and I just trade up? I don't think that's going to happen, though. I don't think that's going to happen. They're still there, though. That is a lot to trade up. Like, we would have to give up next year's, entire draft pretty much for this pick. Which, I mean, once again, like I said, this is probably... even if I do double uploads, that's 8 episodes. It'd take, 2 breaks in per week. I don't know. Man, I don't want to lose. Oh, to be fair, we do have Marcus Jones, who, to the right team, could actually be a decent little value pick. What about, all of this and a second? If they take it, I mean, I'm down, to be fair. Ooh, not bad, actually. Maybe not the most realistic thing in the world, but if they're taking it, I mean, I'm not cheesing it. I'm just literally offering them what I've got. I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm just literally offering them, hey, you want any of this? No? Okay, see you later. But that's not the case. They're actually like, hey, Marcus Jones ain't bad. We need corner. It's our number 1 need. You're kind of tickling the right pickles. I don't even know what that means. But we got the trade. 34 next year, 130 next year, and Marcus Jones for 26. That's a win. We're going to get ourselves a new edge rusher. I don't know if he's going to play over Benito, but at least we have options. Really hoping this guy is decent. Dylan Thorne, welcome to the team, buddy. And he is hidden. 85 speed, 87 excel, prototypical size. The age is great. Great first round. We like that. That 6'4" corner that I really wanted to grab sadly went like a pick after the team that I was trying to trade up with. This never happened. They wouldn't give me the trade, and I was stuck where I was stuck. The free safety I was looking at is sadly gone. We are kind of limited on who is even left. I do like Dom Riddle. I think that would be a guy I would take with pick 30 in the 3rd, perhaps. Bader's kind of interesting, but he is 5'11", so I don't really know what you're getting out of that. Elam is pretty damn raw, I can't lie. What about the other Merle? 6 foot tall, good speed. I mean, I really don't want to leave this draft losing more corners than we gained. I mean, I guess you got Garrett Williams, but basically losing more corners than we gained. But at the same time, if we want any of these linemen, I pretty much have to take them now. Snow is up there too. Maybe that's who I grab with the pick 30 in the 3rd. Brown, I really didn't get to fully scout these guys. Brown is the best I can see other than maybe Griffith, but he's basically stuck at that position. Caleb Brown, 6'4", 21 years old. Good speed. I'm going to take Caleb Brown. Oh, normal dev. I've made a massive mistake. Oh, I mean, we've got depth, but we really did not do well there. Oh my, I can see why I skipped O-line last draft. Jeez, that was terrible. Couldn't really do much for a trade up, so that's why I just went on. Riddle and Snow are both there. If I could leave this draft with Riddle, Snow, Cumberland, and Parker, even though we don't really need a quarterback that bad, that would be a great finish to this draft. I think safety at this point in time is the biggest need out of all the players we just mentioned. Decent speed, Nigel Snow, welcome to the squad. normal, but kind of expected. More depth at that free safety position. And then Riddle, do you really want to trade up? Do you? I don't know. I'm just going to go to 21. We were up against it. It was so close of a trade, though. Maybe I'll even show like a screenshot of what it was. Oh, Riddle's there. Nice. I almost went Babineau. Both all the running backs are gone. Riddle, me this. Super speedy. Don't need a linebacker right now, to be honest, but I don't need any of the other players that much either. So I guess Dom Riddle, by a process of elimination, normal dev, 88 speed, 91 excel, good change of direction, okay jumping. We've got depth on depth at a lot of positions, I'll tell you that much. And I'll also tell you, this is going to be a crazy preseason. I was going to skip it. I was like, is there really that many players that are going to be new on the team? Oh boy, are they. There are a lot of new players on this team. Any of my guys left? Not even the quarterback's there. Wow, I can't even get a damn quarterback these days without getting sniped by the AI. I mean, I guess I might as well move to my next pick. Yikes. Who the hell is even our fullback? Is our fullback actually any decent? Because he was terrible, I'll tell you that much. He definitely didn't play well. I don't know if his ratings are decent. 79 speed, 81 excel. Run blocking was... What the hell is it? 73. I mean, you can't really do a whole lot better than that. So fullback's kind of off the list, even though Clinton sucks. He sucks, but all these free agents are going to be, or these UDFA types are going to be way worse. We did bad in the draft for O-line. Why not continue that? 85 strength. It's better than I thought he was going to be because he only had 29 reps, but 6'8". It tickles my heartstrings every time. And no matter what, if you're 6'8", you're an offensive lineman, you're basically on the team no matter what. And there was a 1-2 DT who's still there, Lewis Bullock. He's going to be terrible, but what can you do? 23, 85 strength. He had like 32 reps, so not really sure how he has the same strength as the other guy, but I think that was a very good draft class outside of the lineman we took. That was an L. Terrible drafting the lineman, but overall, 76 for the wide receiver, 75 for the edge, 72 for the guard, 72 for the free safety, 73 for the middle linebacker, 76... Okay, these guys suck. But Thorne will be the new... I don't know if he'll be the new right end. Let's take a look at his rating. 79 finesse, 81 block shot. He is actually really good. Swim move, bull rush, strip, good injury, super good stamina, okay toughness. I think we have ourselves a battle. I'm glad we took this guy. Of course, I'm not checking his dev. I'm just changing his position. Not that it really matters because I'm going to be changing some things around here. But let's take a look at Mr. Jackson here. 97 speed. The release is 75. Catching out the gates, not bad, especially with spec. Has all the traits. Injury is amazing. This is a talent, dude. Even though he's our number 3 wide receiver, it feels like such an L not to have him at kick return. We'll see what we do. But, yeah, that is kind of crazy. Snow is fast. Middle linebacker is decent. Yeah, we got ourselves a pretty good draft. Let's take a look at some of the guys we did miss that we were going to go for. We, decided not to. We just, whatever it may be. Here's Jerry Cooks, who is also hidden, 6'4", 85 speed, 90 excel, literally prototypical as well. 80 finesse, 70 block shot. I don't know what the dev is of our guy. I'm going to take a look at this guy, though, and see if we made the wrong choice or not. Superstar. Okay, I mean, I don't know if I bank on our guy being a superstar, but that is pretty good. That is obviously very good. And then I guess the next guy I would look at would be that corner, Merle. I was going to go with him. I tried to trade up one spot before this. Didn't happen, of course. 92 speed, 92 excel, 75 man, 71 zone coverage for the 6'4" corner. This team, they're damn elite athlete, gigantic player monsters. Dev, thankfully only star, but still that would have been an amazing group. Probably does fit a little bit better that we don't have, a 6'3" slot corner, which would have been McKenzie in this case. The best part is a lot of the guys that I had on my list, nice. Matt Haynes, hidden development tray, pretty raw, but still better than our guy because of the hidden dev. I actually didn't look at how good our guy is, because to be fair, even though he is a lower overall and he is normal, he could have good ratings. 6'4", yeah, that's not true. That's just a lie. Yikes. Was there any other options? We had Griffith, 71 overall. Okay, that would have been a really bad player because he's limited to only center, and he's also normal. O-line just wasn't that good in this class. Ruben would have been on my list, obviously, 73, also hidden. Run block power is awful, but everything else is actually really solid. And if he was a projected tackle, run block power probably doesn't matter too much, to be honest. But yeah, that's a huge L. And Elam was kind of a corner I was looking at as well. Normal dev. Glad we passed on him, to be fair. Was there anyone else? I can't remember. There might have been. Oh, yeah, I want to take a look at Babineau just because. Where was he? So we had Chamberlain on our list as well. So let's go all rounds and just go by speed because these guys that we were looking at are probably going to be up there. So our guy's the highest speed, but Babineau is also tied with that. Normal development trait. And yeah, I can safely say I was glad that I didn't go for him because he is madly more raw than the guy we took, obviously. McCarthy was also another one of those speedsters, also normal, release 70. You know, the other really raw player there. What else do we have? I think those are kind of it. Oh, Thomas Day was that fast. Fair enough. Hidden development trade. It was between the guy we got and this guy. This guy is giving me Matt Olave vibes, ironically enough. You know, short and medium are a little low in release, but, you know, release is great. The other route runnings aren't great. What's the dev? Star? I mean, you never know. Our guy, so they have another 13, Thomas. Fair enough. Our guy could be Superstar Plus. I don't know. We'll obviously have to find out later on, but like I said, I think it was a pretty good draft class. Obviously, that lineman being normal sucked, but oh yeah, I also want to take a look at the running back because he kind of looked like he had some promise in him. Was this the guy? He was supposed to be like pretty damn fast. He is hidden though. Oh, he is solid. Like I said, we don't really need a running back. We're just going to find some random number 3 because Evans is number 2 for sure, and obviously the superstar at running back 1 holds that spot. He's okay player, star dev. It wouldn't have been a bad choice by any means, but some pretty fast running backs in there too. A 94, another 94. I had some of these guys on my list too, but I wasn't taking running back that high. But that's pretty much that for this draft. I want to see if there's any free agents before we call it an episode. Like I said, I think we did all right. Added a couple of true blue starters. We obviously got some really good high potential rookies. Got a way faster wide receiver 3 now. Kennedy's going to be great at wide receiver 1 again, but now he's an X factor. I'm really curious to see if we have 3 superstar wide receivers again or not, but obviously we have to wait. That O-line position we did probably sell. The only other option would have been Wills, and I don't know. Austin Jackson actually wasn't bad last season. Like, he really just wasn't, and his ratings are actually starting to get, you know, up there. I don't hate him. I really don't. And worst comes to worst, we trade that first round next year that we have, which is basically this year now, for a full-blown starting right tackle. Somebody's willing to trade him, I would imagine. D-line improves mightily. Thorne, I think, projects to be the number 2 for now, but very good chance he does steal that spot. Should have done something else about corner. We'll see if there's anyone in free agency that can do something, you know, we can do something about. But what about Snow's actual ratings? We kind of just, like, ignored that. So 76 zone, 82 hit power, 90 speed versus Allen, who is lower hit power, higher zone, similar speed. That position's up for grabs, even though I love Allen. It really is. And then linebacker, you would think automatically it's going to project Evans to be the starter, but we have Chanel still, and then, of course, Riddle, the new guy. But yeah, there's a lot of new names that we don't know who's going to start. We've got great depth on the D-line now for once. We have 4 solid edge rushers that could all be starters and 3 DTs that could all be starters. That's not bad. And, of course, we're probably going to add another corner or 2 just to make sure we're not completely locked in. Lenore is there, though? Okay, we got some options here. There's some names here in free agency. I mean, Keely Ringo. So who's got the best man coverage? Nick Needham's pretty good. Rasul's pretty good, but those aren't the guys I'm looking for. Fulton, 81, 79. 26 is fine, but 90 speed. Keely Ringo's zone coverage sucks, though. I think Alante Taylor's the best for sure with that speed. So we now have some solid depth at corner. Anyone else wants to? I mean, we definitely need a running back. We have like nobody there. Quarterback wouldn't hurt either. Stafford's probably a little too high society for us. Tyler Huntley would be kind of interesting. Let's get a running back first, though. Any youngsters? Any youngsters with some speed? We don't really have like a pure speed back. Wangwu, good kick returner on top of it. Wangwu might be our guy. James Harris knows the scheme because we just had him. I think we're going to take Harris back and add Wangwu to be potentially the starting kick returner. I should probably learn his name because I think it's like Nwangwu or so. I don't even know. I'm stupid, but not the most athletic, but straight line speed is through the roofs. Not just one roof, multiple roofs. Burks is back. I'm not going to grab him. And screw it, 94 wide receiver, 94 speed rookie wide receiver. Add him to the room. Kick return chance as well. Lots of names on this team that can compete for a starting job somewhere. Who the hell is Cooper? I mean, we could always use a better run blocking fullback, even though I'm not going to find that here. 71 for the rookie. 72 for the guy that was a rookie. Any higher devs than normal? Not for this guy. What about the other guy, Mr. Cooper, Dennis Cooper? Normal dev there. So lead block's insane, but the run block 68. What's our guy's lead block? That could be a big problem. Maybe that's why we're having issues. Maybe his lead block's like 7. But yeah, there's a lot of names here that we don't 100% sure know who's going to start. Lead block 88. So yeah, I mean, you're not going to get better than Clinton at this point, it seems. But yeah, we're going to fill out, some of the positions that we need, put them in, the lineup, and give everyone a pretty fair shake in preseason, I'd imagine. O-line, like I said, I wish we'd done a little bit better than we did, because in theory, we technically worsened our offensive line than we made it better. So, yeah, defense, we vastly improved, which in the end, that is what sent us home, right? There's some turnovers on offense, but ultimately that defense couldn't stop a soul. John Franklin Myers, the new edge in Thorne, some new linebackers, better corner-ish situation, I think. And we're kind of in a good spot now, so we're going to see what these guys can get up to in preseason and see if this team can turn it around from that playoff loss. I don't know. That's a tough loss to take, especially when you felt like it was your season. You lose the division rivals who would then end up winning the Super Bowl. That's brutal business, but that's how it goes. Overall is not the highest, but we also don't have everyone in their positions correctly, so it might be an 81, 82 overall. And if there's anyone you guys think we should trade for, because there are a lot of crazy names on the trade block, let me know. I mean, tackle might be the biggest thing we could use, but outside of that, which, I mean, it seems like Falele is the best option, which I imagine his finesse is terrible. Not really much you can do about that anyways, but that's about it. If you guys enjoyed, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new. If you're not new, really appreciate your continued support on the channel, especially as we're kind of entering the Madden 24 months without it actually being here. I know it gets hard to watch at times, but I appreciate you a ton, and that's about it. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys come back for next episode, which should be tomorrow. 250 likes, perhaps. But until next video, see ya.